Well, good morning, everyone. It's Aaron, founder and CEO of XSP Games here with you. And if you notice something, you notice these four walls and this roof where it all started. And you remember this room 3 years ago, pretty much 3 years ago. I came in here, I took everything out, wall to wall. I took this basket out, I took all this stuff out, all this stuff came with me to the Best Western Hotel where you've seen me at for almost 2 years with my sister, going through basically what is Project Survive. 3 years ago, I was here. And 3 years ago, it was beyond total chaos. And before we jump into this, I'm just going to throw you around here to a few things because it'll put it into perspective. Because some of this you'll all seen before, but I want to put the spotlight on a few things in particular. So let's do that right now. That right there. That right there. And this. Remember that? That's my whole little dedication that I gave to not only on behalf of my father, but Rockstar, Sam Hauser, Leslie Benzies, and Build a Rocket Boy. And that is ultimately is completely what my mission is. The $10 billion, when I was going through this whole thing, the $10 billion thing, all that wrapped into one, and then of course at the end, it says right there, and founder CEO, XSP Games. And then a little, just because I'm all about, as you know, inspiration and ambition. That's what XSP Games is. That's what it exists for, the purpose that it exists for. Never back down, look the other way, and take life headstrong head on. May you all find your gamer's paradise. And that is essentially what I'm doing. That's what I've been doing all along. Let me throw you over this. And this here. That was one of the XSP Games labels I was going to put on the car. Remember the Hyundai Sonata, that my father's 2017 Sonata. That was going to go on there. That went in the back. But then, as you'll remember, that car was unfortunately repossessed on the 30th of June last year. And then we went to the 05 Jeep Liberty, 3.7 liter. Had that for about 3 months. That was a whole crap fest because, basically the guy who gave it to me just screwed me over. I was out $1,800. All the inspection stickers, the inspection, the insurance, registration, the whole 9 yards. It was all bad. It actually all expired. Yeah, yep. It all expired a month ago. It's exactly a year. Yeah. Well, no. I didn't get it until the 30th of June. So it'll be a year on the 30th of June when I got that car, that Jeep. But everything expired a month before. So everything expired a year ago because it's May right now. And I'm just telling you, it's just totally crazy. I've been here I've been here for about 12 hours. My mother's here. She's doing very, very well. I'm so proud of her. I can't say that enough. She's actually working right now at a restaurant, and she'll be out until 6 tonight. She works usually 10:30. She goes to a homeless shelter sometimes before that. She'll go there. She does breakfast, the whole 9 yards. She's got a very, very big heart. As I've explained many times, in the whole grand scheme of things, talking about her and, the whole, where she's come from, how she was in the dark spot before. And I'm very happy to say, got a big thumbs up for that. She doesn't talk to herself anymore. She is so different now. It is truly, truly incredible. And I say that's a part of the miracle right here, ladies and gentlemen, because this does feel like a miracle in progress. And now that I'm home, which it's nice to do that again. My grandmother's happy, my aunt, everyone went all around the family. My mother spread the news around. They're so happy to hear about that. And eventually it was going to happen. But, the reservation that I had was, is my mother is she going to act up again? Or, am I taking a risk? And I fully regret, because I had 10 grand before it. And I burned it. I burned it all, somewhat playing the lotto, spent anywhere between 6 to 300, up to 300, 300 big ones there on that. But most of the money went to rent at the Best Western, at the hotel I was at. And I just got out of there right now. I have about just under 2 grand, pretty close to that. If they don't charge me for anything, any damage there, because there's the chips in the tub, there's a hole my mother put in the wall. I did tell you about that before. Hopefully the general manager there, they've been totally awesome and understanding, because my sister and her whole situation, that's why they were understanding, that's why they let us stay there and that be our temporary home for such a long time. They were very understanding, but hopefully I won't get charged for any of that. That's a big hope. Give me all the luck in the world for that. And yeah, so I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go around here. I'm gonna turn this around, because this phone is horrible. It's a freaking grandpa. It's the fact that it's lasted this long is crazy. It's totally crazy. But you know what? That's a testament to Project Survive. Because when I said 3 phases of Project Survive, first is struggle, second is survival, third phase is success. I'm going to be dealing with my mother's, myself, and my sister. And by the way, it's quiet because she is in home care right now. She'll be in there for 3 months. Let's see, April, May. Yeah, June 2nd. 2nd of June, she'll be in there for 3 months. And that's totally crazy. The whole thing is. So swinging you around here, all this, that was that. That was all at the hotel, all that right there. All that's going to get put away. That's my belt here. That was at the hotel. Coming over here, you got all memories. That's for me and my sister. I may have shown you that, but I did not. That's on the day, actually, it was Christmas morning. The fire alarm went off, so while the fire alarm was blaring, we went out. For about 5 minutes, came back in. I had that hat on right there. I was somewhere between that mother, father, warrior, vigilante, and I just, I held on to her, and you know what? I held that halo above her head. I did that for almost 4 years. Almost 4 years. You hear like buzzing over here. You might remember this here. This is my iHome's beverage cooler, and this won't be good. So that's gonna go ahead and there. That's another picture. When I was at the hotel, my mother got me a whole bunch of pictures. Yeah, it looks like this is broken, because this is an old one. There's been a lot of damage here. Obviously, damage has been done. I think she kind of smacked that around. That's why that's not staying up all the way. But that picture there, that's obviously my sister, me. We're outside entrance C to our hotel. That's when my mother's church worker was bringing her. At that time, he was overseeing. He was the wheels, and he took her to my mother's business. And they go to BK, McDee's, and they spend time with each other. And they'd have 3 hours, 2 to 3 hours, or more than that. I'd say, go as long as you want. Spend some time with each other. Make sure everything, let this baby girl, do what she's missed out on, Because that's how it was before, She was housebound here, wasn't good here, so we got her guardianship. We went all over the place, hotels, motels, everything like that, And then, we settled in the Best Western. Again, like I said, almost 3 years. That was our temporary home. And then, eventually, she was off to home care. But, yeah, that's where that was. And that's just one of the pictures I had, with this right here. Remember the organizer? That was there. It's my beat set. I basically did this for some agent marketing. Which agent is GTA 6, but I call an agent now. You saw that there. And then here, all these pictures. Those were all there. Those are all there. Well, those weren't. But that was... And that one there. That was on the table. And that was on here. Sitting up like that. But all this is going to get taken care of, you know. I'm just getting reacclimated with things because I haven't been here in a very, very long time. That's right there, Brooks Brothers. That's my dad got. That's actually my dad's right there. His hat, his reflect. That's my Future Play Games. Remember, I wear that all the time. Founder, just to officialize it. Aaron found the CEO at Future Play Games. Eddie Bauer jacket. That hat goes with that. Then all, you know, it's a clutter mess. It's a clutter fest. And I want to get things back in order here, so yeah, it's just, you know, all this right here, this is what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. You know, this project survive. I mean, see, this was kind of like that before, but this right here, my mother did that. It's sad, you know. She doesn't do that anymore. She's very apologetic and regretful for everything she did. You know, I drew him. That was there. She put up that picture was there a time ago. That went up. But then all over here, coming over here, all those marks, she did all that. When she was still, you know, not herself up there, she did all that. Her church worker came in, you know, patched that all up. But that's going to have to be, because this is primer paint, all that's going to have to be redone some point. And I'm hoping that's actually where I'm going to come in, and I'll win the lotto and pay this house off. Because that would be a miracle. And then you get this, here she ripped that out, unfortunately. Again, she doesn't do that anymore, but, you know, you got your, not sure exactly, but you know your positive and negative wires that connect fire alarm cable. I'm not sure what gauge that is, cable, but it's, you know, it looks like fire alarm strength wire. And then over here, all our pictures right here, you got a lot of God. This right here, this is a kind of like a hologram. It changes the action there. And you got all these pictures here. That's me and my mother before, when my father was still in the picture. That's my father there at his job. My older picture, me and my sister. And this one picture right here was at beach, right there. And look at the love and the joy. And when he left, okay, she crashed. And she fully admitted, she said, you know, I lost my mind. And we had to get her back. And I knew she'd come back and clean. She's got that glow that she had. And they had a glow. 1, 2. They were soulmates. I don't know. There was another picture here. All this here, some personal stuff there. Bibles all over the place because this is a nightstand. So usually you do have a Bible on the nightstand to kind of complete the scenery. But you know, there's no damage in here. My sister's bedroom. This is where her story once was. I took a picture of her right here. I also did a video here, April 2021, somewhere like 4 in the morning. And my mother was there, my sister was there. My mother was on her own little deal, you know. But it's like time has stood still because all of this, with the exception of this right here, you know, she did hit over here. And, you know, it just shows that, you know, struggle was here. You know, struggle was here. Sounds like a V8. Struggle was here. And then it's a sad thing, you know. But, you know, she kept all this out here. My sister played with all this. This has virtually been pretty much untouched. This was actually in the drawer. Because when my sister moved out, there was some stuff that was left over that our research coordinator didn't take over to her providers, so that stayed there. So that came back here. Then all over here, you know. It's sad, man. Yeah, you got a lot of Jesus, a lot of Bible stuff here. This right here, she popped that out. You know, again, this kind of breaks my heart because, you know, my dad got that. You know, my mother went through a lot. And I give this woman so much credit. And the little bear right there, that was on above our beds at the hotel, in the hotel room. That was from one of my sister's friend's mother, right there. And it reads, plant a seed of friendship, reap a bouquet of happiness. You know, there's definitely happiness restored in here because of my mother. Because of what me coming back. It was tough. It was very, very, very tough. Just trying to get into the swing of things, used to things. If you do down here, it's going to be very difficult. This is very hard to see. Sad to see, I should say. If you look out there, that was what was my dad's pride and joy. It's our front lawn. It is completely... It looks like hell froze over. It's a complete... I've never seen it that bad. Because, I wasn't here, so, when you don't take care of things, nature takes over, and you got overgrowth and weeds and everything. Here, all that grass is completely dead. It's going to have to be rototilled. It's going to have to be fertilized, irrigated, reseeded, sod put down, the whole 9 yards. And my mother's trying to do that, trying to get some people from her church in to take care of that, do the landscaping. But it just shows, my dad's not here, and no one's been here and taken care of this house for almost 3 years, and that shows it right there. That gives meaning to a picture's worth 1,000 words. A picture's worth 1,000 words, and you could say a lot about that. And it's very, very tough. And like I said, it breaks my heart. So we're gonna go down the first here, and I took a picture here before. You remember, again, around the same time, my mother had a laundry basket. She was in a tizzy. She was screaming and yelling and everything like that. I was taking a picture of her, and she was saying, Father, like, basically a voice was talking to her, and the voice was saying, stay, you act like a young, sit like a lady, and she couldn't control herself. It was very, very sad. It was clear psychosis. She admitted it. It was clear psychosis, mental illness. She was struck. She was hurt. She was in a very, very dark spot. So, that car right there, that was actually a family member's car right there. So that's actually going to be my car. It's a Nissan, like a 2016-17 Nissan. I don't know if it's an Altima. I don't know if it's an Altima or I thought it was a Versa. It might be a Sentra, but it's definitely a Nissan. Doesn't work. It is dead. Battery has to, be charged up. We have a fob for it. This is the kitchen. So this is what I'm talking about right here. What I want to do now that I'm here is just kind of make this a house again. These are all a bunch of family pictures here. All this here, there's a lot of damage here. I remember I showed you this. I took a picture of this, and I was like all up in arms because I didn't like it. This crack right here, and then this cabinet. Fortunately, all the cabinetry doesn't have that. It's there. It's here. It's in the dishwasher. This dishwasher is to be completely replaced. It's like totally disgusting. It being completely just she there. The floor's all right, and this is all old. She doesn't do it anymore, but it's sad. It shows that it's just, this is part of the game. This is part of the game. And that's something I also said. You want in-game footage. You want to know where we are, where the video game industry is. Well, as Leslie Benzies said, Bill the Rocket Boy, games are advancing so quick at a fast pace we can't keep up with them. And they're doing incredible things. You got AI, you got artificial intelligence now that are making things easier. And Leslie said, I'm all for making things easier. Because he had this incredible interview he was talking about Everywhere and Mind's Eye, which is the experience that's going to use Everywhere tech. And Mind's Eye is going to be something truly, incredible. And what that is, it's putting Everywhere to the test, and Everywhere, yeah. But yeah. Uh, I'm kind of, yeah, I'm still getting, I haven't slept. I should be sleeping. I should be sleeping. But I just, I want to put a video out because I haven't put out a video in a long, long time at the hotel. But, I just got really, really comfortable. And, I did isolate a little bit. But, all right, so we get, yeah, so this is the kitchen. That was like that before. That was from our cat Maxine. She sharpening that, but this right here, this is, how she was before. So this is broken, as you can see, very wobbly. That one's broken. That one's broken. Well, there were two chairs here. Both the chairs are gone now, replaced with these chairs, which really doesn't look the best. It does kind of look. It's just things need to just. I just want to make this a house again. And all a bunch of pictures. You remember this picture? That was what my mother used. During my father's funeral or wake service, this picture was used, and it's a perfect example of showing just how much. And I said this before too. Soulmate they were. The warrior, Dalai Lama. The strength, peace. Soulmates, totally. And here, family pictures, all right here. But it's tough. And this video's up to 20 minutes, but yeah, and then I guess I'll go through and then the living room. And it's it's seen its fair. It's seen its it's seen things too it shouldn't have seen, sights, sounds. You might remember my sister would sleep here. My mother used to sleep here. She doesn't do that anymore. She sleeps in a bed, which is awesome. She's doing so much better now. But I right here. My sister would lay right here. She'd have a blanket. Well, and I'd say those words that I've said to her, like, for almost 3 years. The speeches. I'd call it the big three, and I'd call it a big three because I'd say, Daddy loves you very much. He's very proud to be watching over you. You have my two strongest hands are back to front showing you. Daddy doing the workhorse. Everything was wisdom. It was a whole thing. And I just sit right here, and I do that. I do that every single night. I comfort her. And I protect her from the chaos. My mother would be over here trying to do something, not being able to focus, making something up, ordering something here on her phone which she doesn't have anymore because sadly that's smashed. But she has an Android that she uses now. But she'd be in here. This would be her hood right here. She'd come in here, close the door, lock up, have some food, a glass, and then she'd scream and yell and take here, and you can see this. Everything here still works. Lights. My dad put all that in, fixtures, all that. All my dad's work. And I helped him with this. And that man, I'm telling you, I give him so much credit. I miss him so much, but I give him so much credit for everything that he did. I just want to show you this right here, these two dual tents. It's kind of a sad thing. Basically, my mother's very, very, gracious in letting her church worker stay here because he was homeless. He'd be homeless. He was gonna have an apartment. Didn't work out with a family member, so that's his roof right there. So he's got everything there, and he's okay, And I'm grateful for him stepping in because he's been awesome with me, my sister. He's been the wheels to take her to see my mother. He stepped into our life at just the right time. He's a good person. His life's turned around. My mother turned his life around, and you know what? He returned the favor. That's why he's helped it out. That's why he's helped us out and got then my sister to see my mother, and he's had no problem with that. Taking me to car dealerships. You remember there's a video posted on X3 which is my YouTube, where I'm at a picture of a car dealership. There's a desk. There's a truck. You'll see it's a Silverado 1500. And that's a dealership. But he took us to that dealership. But anyway, here, just hit here. My mother there's a door stopper here. She ripped that out, unfortunately, as you can see right here. that's kind of like from either from paint or just, I gotta vacuum this all up. And just gotta get this whole house needs it, just like it, it needs to be revitalized. It needs a new identity, honestly. It does. That's why I'm glad I'm back, to make that happen. But yeah, I walked through here 3 years ago. 3 years ago, it was a much different story. It was hell. It was chaotic. We didn't know what to do. I wanted to do something. I wanted to get Alyssa out. Obviously, we had the Sonata still, but I was afraid of going out there because even though my driving record's completely shot to crap now, and it took a huge hit, but I wanted to get her out, get my sister out, and going back to my bedroom, there were waste baskets in there. I took everything out, and at that time, it's like, yep, this is the right thing to do, because I couldn't deal with it, and it was so tough. We got to get out of here, and you know what? Fate came through. My sister got guardianship. July 2021, and we were off the little hotel hopping trail I talked about, that story and journey. But this is all a part of the game. I can't make it any more clear. And now that you've seen this, I'm talking to Leslie, I'm talking to Sam Hauser at Rockstar, and yes, I'm also to Strauss Celica Take-Two Interactive Software. You guys have just witnessed, like me, it's like full circle. It's like the last two things I want to happen, I've said I want to win either the Rockstar lottery or the NH lottery in my state. And if that happens, this is a miracle story. No doubt. That's why I'm playing the lotto. I did play Lucky for last night. And I do apologize not for updating my Twitter. I'm definitely gonna do that. It's different. Really really different right now. Just trying to settle in and get comfortable again. But I'll get stuff up to Twitter and my YouTube. But I played Lucky for Life last night. Didn't win. I won $3. Did match up. You're gonna match up all six. You're gonna match up all six with Powerballs tonight. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna keep my wagers down. 3 or 5 tickets. Because I don't have a lot of cash right now. I got 1,100 plus about 700 after my rent comes out from the hotel because I paid through Thursday, and hopefully nothing else will come out for damages that I'll have to, take care of. But my mother's, because she said because I took care of my sister, she's gonna pay me back basically the 10 grand that, I basically pretty much spent on rent and a hotel, which I shouldn't have, but I did because I wasn't sure. You just, it's just, you don't second guess. You go with your gut. You go with your heart. That's what I did. Bella was right, but I do regret it because I wish I had more. But I got I got money saved. I got 1,000. I made back about 1,000 in lottery winnings, so that's pretty cool, and awesome there. And I just like to win the lotto.